Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stacy. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't be shy, go ahead and join our community. We would love to have you. Of course, if you're new, say hi in the comment section so I can shout you out. I'm always so curious to know where my subscribers are from. And of course, if you're new here on this channel, we do beauty, lifestyle, femininity, and motivation videos. So if you're interested in those topics, you would love it here. So guys, for today's discussion, we will be discussing 5 simple yet effective ways to declutter your life so you can feel more happier and more lighter. So if you're interested in that topic of discussion, please keep watching. Okay guys, so I think we can all agree the past few years living in the world has been difficult. There's so many things that is happening on a daily basis in the world as a whole, and also in our individual lives, can leave us feeling just under the weather, like the world is on our shoulder, hopeless. We can feel like we need a reset. If you're like me and you're living in foreign, I'm currently living in Canada, but I was born in the Caribbean, and since I've left my country about 18 years ago and I'm here, as you know, the weather is different. There's 4 different seasons, unlike back home where it's sunshine most of the time, and then other times we have a little rain sprinkle here and there. The weather is definitely different, and one of the difficulties that I find I've been facing since I moved is, you know, the seasonal depression, especially in the winter time. I do not like winter. Okay, I don't care what nobody says to me. I don't like it. I will never like it. Every time winter comes around, I feel under the weather. I feel like I go in a little mild depression every time. Like my life could be going so well, every other area could be going so well, things could be working out for me, but as soon as there's snow on the ground, guys, I feel just under the weather. I want to stay in bed. I don't want to do anything at all. Not only this, if you're a woman watching and you have kids, if you're an entrepreneur, I am an entrepreneur. I recently became an entrepreneur. I've been a career girly for the past decade, but I recently made a change and I now have my own business. So we have that to deal with. You know, some of you, your wives, your mom, as I said, maybe you're a career girly, or you just have so many things going on in your life. There's a lot of things that can affect our mood, and a lot of times we think that it's so serious that we need to go to the doctor. Of course you should go to the doctor. You should always go to the doctor and, you know, make sure that your health is good. But there's something, sometimes we feel like we're in a certain mood and we think that it's so much more serious than it really is. And all the while, all we simply need to do is just declutter our life, clean up our space, make some little changes here and there, and we're back to normal. So today I'm gonna be sharing 5 tips, things that I have tried myself that I find have worked, and I feel like I want to share them with my girlies who might be feeling this way and they're looking for some options or some things that they can do to, you know, just revive themselves and to show up as their best. So the very first tip I have for you is to maintain a clean environment. Guys, I can stress how important cleaning and decluttering your environment is. Like, since the year started, me myself have been under the weather. It is currently winter here in Toronto, and as I explained before, in the wintertime I feel so down, but I always look for different things that I can do. So one of the things that I did recently is I traveled back home, and that was great. I had a death in the family, and that caused me to have to go back there just to honor my aunt for the last time. And also I took it as an opportunity for me to just reset, refresh, and revive. It was really, really nice until I came back and the feeling came back, and I was just like, yeah, it's definitely the winter. So what I did is I made it a point to declutter my house. Now my space is always clean because I cannot function in a dirty environment at all. Like, I would pull my hair out. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do a deep clean. I'm gonna declutter. I'm gonna clean my house. I'm gonna, you know, turn it upside down. I'm gonna throw out things that I'm not using. So this can be like clothing that you have around you that you don't wear anymore. You just have them pile up in your house, in your closet. Shoes that you have, throw them out. Like, clean up your house, change things around, change the curtains, like change your bed mattress, not the mattress but the bedding, like the sheets, the covers, the duvet, change those, like just clean, free up your space, and redecorate in a way that's gonna make you feel like, let the air in, let the sunshine in. I know, like, putting up curtains that is not dark, like the lighter curtains can help to let the light in as well, because a lot of times when you have darker curtains, I know, especially like in the summertime, you want to have darker curtains because the sun would come in, and if you're like me, the sun would come in too much and it'll affect like just you sleeping and all of these different things. But if you find like in the winter time you're more under the weather, I would say definitely put up clearer curtains, that way you can let the light in, because when you have sunlight or sunshine coming in, it can definitely lift your mood. So that's tip number one, is to clean your home, redecorate in a way that would make you feel happier and lighter. Okay, so guys, tip number two is to clean up your social media. And this one here is something that I've started to do recently for the past couple years, is decluttering my social media. Our social media is a blessing and sometimes it can be a curse. There's a lot of people on there that you know for a long time, and they're just sitting there, they don't interact with you. There's accounts that post content that you consume on a daily basis that can leave you feeling drained. Definitely don't be afraid to go in and unfollow accounts that make you feel less inspired, less motivated, and just not in a good mood overall. So as I said, as of recently, I started unfollowing people, blocking who I need to block, and just getting rid of accounts that doesn't post content that makes me feel like my best self and don't feel any way. Like, I remember a few years ago, I started feeling like, you know what, I really need to unfollow certain accounts. But then there was that, oh my gosh, like, how is people gonna look at you? Like, they're gonna think that you're mean, this, that, and the third. Listen, I want you to understand that you have to have your best interest at heart. If you're following certain accounts that makes you feel bad about yourself, unfollow. Doesn't matter if it's random, if it's friends, if it's family. Make the decision that your best interest comes first, okay? Because when you go on your social media, which we do spend a lot of time on our social media, things can affect your mood. Things can throw you off. Things can make you feel less inspired or more inspired, okay? So don't feel any way. Unfollow, block, remove what you need to remove for your peace of mind, okay? All right. So tip number three, I would definitely say, is get rid of relationships that no longer serve you. And that includes friendships, romantic relationships, family members. Like, listen, as I said in the last point, your best interest should come first. If someone or something isn't making you happy, make the decision to get rid of it out of your life. Because if you keep those relationships that are affecting you, what they're gonna do is cause more harm than good. If you need a time to do your inner work, to make up your mind completely, go ahead and do that. And even if you're somebody who feel bad about cutting off people or this, that, and the third, definitely distance yourself. You don't have to entirely cut them off. But if you notice that you're hanging out with certain people, or like you have certain family members in your life that makes you feel less than, they don't build you up but tear you down. If you feel like when you leave their presence, you feel burdened down, you feel like the world is on your shoulder, you just feel negative, definitely make the decision to distance yourself from these people and situation. As I said, it's gonna do you more good than bad to make those decisions earlier on. All right, the fourth point that I have here is to identify your own bad habits and break them, okay? Like, I know this one here can be so difficult to do, because a lot of times we are our biggest critics. And there's a saying that says a man's habit is never wrong in his own sight. I think that's what it said. But it basically is saying that a lot of times we can't see when we're wrong. But I want you to definitely look within yourself and see if there's any negative habits or behaviors that you have, toxic traits that is causing you to feel less inspired, less motivated. And I want you to make the conscious decision to break these bad habits. They say that it takes 21 days to form a habit. Whatever habit that you decide to form, make it a good one. Make it a habit that's gonna benefit you, and you would know what they are. Like, definitely look within yourself and be honest. Like, have a honest conversation with yourself, like I had to do recently, and take action. Okay, it's better you do it now rather than later. And remember, you're trying to feel happier and lighter, and you're also trying to declutter your life. Plus, it's the beginning of the year. Like, what better time? It's the beginning of the year. I mean, I know it's February now, but it's still considered the beginning of the year. So it's a perfect time to break bad habits and form new ones. And then the last and final point I have here is to get rid of negative self-talk. That means self-doubt. You speaking negative to yourself. If you feel like you feel jealous of people often, if you feel like you're not good enough, you need to do something about this, because our biggest defeats start from within. Okay, if we doubt ourselves and we put out that energy, think about how people are gonna look at us and perceive us. I know we say this and it's easier said. Well, I shouldn't even say that. A lot of times we say it easy, but we don't believe it, but it is true. Think about it. If you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you're not beautiful, you're not confident, you're inadequate, that is how the world is gonna see you as well, because you're gonna show up in life feeling this way, and that's gonna give off that energy to other people, and they're gonna feel the same way about you, and this is gonna bring negative experiences, negative outcomes. So definitely work on positive self-talk. One easy way to do this is to start repeating positive affirmations to yourself and about yourself. Okay, make a decision and definitely follow through with it, even if it's 1 or 2 positive affirmations every day at a specific time. Set your phone, go in the mirror, repeat these things to yourself. I am beautiful. I am worthy of love. I am happy. I am successful. I am that girl. Like, definitely repeat these positive things to yourself. And over time, you're going to see that you reprogram your mind, and your vibe and your mood is just going to be so much more higher and refreshed. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video, guys. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It'll really help my channel to grow, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.